In this video, I'm going to show you how to integrate Azure Automation Runbooks with GitHub. Controlling source code is important for good code management, especially when multiple people are working on a project. This is just as true for Runbooks and Azure Automation as it is for any other project. In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect an Azure Automation account to GitHub. Before I get started, please just take a second and hit that subscribe button. And if you're feeling crazy, hit the bell icon so you get notified when I publish a new video. Okay, you'll need a couple things to get started. As you can imagine, you'll need an Azure Automation account. Don't have one? Well, I have the playlist for you. Just click up here someplace. There'll be a link that appears that'll take you to a playlist with everything you need to know for Azure Automation. I'm also using a GitHub account that I previously set up. If you don't have a GitHub account, you can sign up for one for free. The free option now allows unlimited private repositories. These are code repositories that are not public, making it a great spot to store all kinds of code. Did I mention it's free? Once you have all that set up, you're ready to follow along on the demo. So with that, let's get started with the demo. Buckle up everyone, it's demo time. Here is my Azure Automation account, temp demo, that's what I'm going to be demoing with. I have a GitHub page open here. This is the application, so authorized OAuth apps are at 0. There's nothing here. And I have a repository over here with a README file, so it's empty. So let's connect this automation account with GitHub. I'm going to start by going into my automation account, and we're going to go down to source control. I bet you probably could have figured that out. I am going to add source control. So I'm going to name this Git, and under source control type, I have three options. I can do a GitHub, or I can do Azure Repos, which is based on Git, or Azure Repos based on Team Foundation Server. I'm going to select GitHub, and it's going to ask me to authenticate. So here I'm going to authenticate, enter my password. And then I'm going to select a repository. Here are all my repositories. I'm going to go to temp demo. And I'm going to select the master branch. If I had a folder in this repository, I could select it. I don't. I'm going to turn auto sync on for the demo. And I'm going to click save. Now while that's saving, let's go over to OAuth apps. If I do a refresh, you can see automation source control is right there. All right, so I'm connected. Now I have my GitHub account connected to Azure Automation Source Control. So down here I have VS Code, and I also have this connected to my Git repository, and that's the same temp demo. So let's go in. You can see there's the README file. I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to do temp1.ps1. And I'll do a simple write output command. Oops. And we'll just do a hello world. And I'll save that. And as you can see here, the source control is telling me I've got a change. So I'm going to accept that change. And then I'm going to commit the change. So that's committed locally. Now I'm going to push it to the repo. And we should see that in GitHub. And there it is. temp1.ps1 has been added. Now if I go over to source control, I'm going to look at sync jobs. This is going to take a minute to finish. While we're waiting for that to finish, why don't you take a second and let me know in the comments below if this is something that's really interesting, if it's something you're using, maybe you plan to use it or you already have, let me know what your experience has been, or if it's just something you kind of intend to use, just type in Git if that's all. That lets me know that you're interested in this and maybe this is something I should do more videos on. All right, there it's complete, and let's go back up to Runbooks now. There it is, temp1 is published. Now if I can click on that, we can view the code behind it. There's hello world. And I can actually start that. And let's see what happens when we run it. As you can imagine, it finished with the output hello world. So that worked. Now what if we want to update this? Let's go back to code and we're going to put in another line. We'll just put in hello to you. Something simple for illustration purposes. Now I'm going to go back down here. Whoops. And I'm going to save the changes. Next I'll commit. There we go. And I'm going to push. So now I'll update the copy online. And we can go back and watch this take place. So it updated 18 seconds ago. That's a pretty good sign. Let's go back to our automation account. And we'll go into source control. We'll watch the sync jobs. We can see that's queued. We'll give it a minute to run. There we go, it's complete. And as you can see by the timestamps, it does take about a minute for each to complete. If we click on that, we can see some job details. And at the very end here, it says one file synced. So that is a good sign. Now I'm going to go back up to Runbooks. And there it is. We can take a look at that and see the changes have been made. I don't need to run this again. I know what's going to happen. And as a last step, I'm going to actually delete that file. So we're going to come back into here and we'll delete. Save the changes. And I'll just put a comment in there that we remove the file. Save it and push. As you can imagine, the file will disappear when I refresh here. So it's out of the repo. And now I go back over to my automation account, source control, and we'll go to sync job. There it's queued, running. And it's complete, and we can go in and see the job details. There it is, one file deleted. And we can verify that by going over to Runbooks. And no Runbooks found, so that's gone. That's all there is to it. That's how you link an Azure Automation account with a GitHub repository. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. Take a second to hit that subscribe button, and you can hit the bell if you want to get notifications when I publish new content. Thanks for watching.